I did wash it.
I noticed.
I did wash it. I mean, the rain kind of... Did it rain? It did, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Do we...
This weekend, it's going to rain a lot.
I'll definitely be in the snow, but we have no bumper. Should we just drive with no bumper?
You're going to get pulled over.
I probably will get pulled over, but either way, we're just shooting another vid for the boys, you know? I should probably put on a bumper. Yeah, let's do that. Whoa! Relax. Relax. Little cold start action for the boys. We might need to. It's not really cold outside, but you know, either way. Just doesn't start. Awful.
Was it nice? Love it. Ready to go.
So we're doing two things right now. Number one is we're shooting a video, which is the title of this video, which is the top 5 modifications you should do first to your WRX/STI. I think coming from, I would just say me, I guess, being in the Subaru game for a while, I've kind of gone through like a lot of modifications, and just the top 5 that have stood out to me, and also a top 5 on a budget specifically is what this video is for. So this is just for someone focused on wanting to modify their car, making it better on the low, and things that you should do first. Here we go, here we go. So the lip, it's official. It's blown out. It's done. I seriously need to make blown out stickers just for this. I'm most likely just gonna end up getting the same lip because I like it. It's easy, it's done, but it's just, yeah, that's a goner. That is, I don't even know how I did it, to be honest, but the lip it's blown out. Okay, well, anyway, let's just go ahead and get straight to the point of this video. I already got the 5 things written down in my notes, and I kind of forgot. What was the number 1? What was the number 1? I remember. Okay, coming back to me. So I would say the number 1 thing, and this is going to be directed mainly towards people that have just bought their WRX or STI. Right away, straight out the box, it's 100% stock. The first thing I would do, and keep in mind, this is things to do on a budget. So I'm really trying to get things like the bare minimum. So number 1, suspension, and that's going to be lowering springs. It's going to be the cheapest thing. And originally when I was thinking doing lowering springs this for my car, but I didn't really know that much, I was like, I don't know, should I just get coilovers? And honestly, coming from someone that has done lowering springs now with the Bug Eye, coilovers with my BC coils on the Hawkeye before the bags, and of course now air suspension, I've got to test all 3, I've got to drive all 3, and I have to say, a nice set of struts, like, so I have the KYB struts and the lowering springs on the Bug Eye, and I'm gonna say it's good. I have absolutely no complaints. I honestly would say it's better if you're gonna daily the car than the coilovers that I had. Then again, the BCs, I had a pretty low setting. I'm sure I could have got them as comfortable, but the BCs were about $1,000 and the lowering springs were about $300. So I would say number 1 thing, hands down, lowering springs. Now, sticking with the theme of suspension, I would say it is one of the most important things that I'm really trying to give you guys things that will make a difference and you will notice, and things that I highly recommend. So number 2, sticking with the suspension stuff, is gonna be sway bars. Now I'm saying front and rear, I would get them as a set, but if you're gonna choose one over the other, for Subarus, mainly you understeer a lot, so I would go ahead and just get a rear sway bar if you're gonna have to choose between front and rear, but of course doing both is gonna be better. And for me personally, if I was to recommend any brands, I would say White Line is pretty good. I have a White Line front sway on the wagon. I have actually both sways for the wagon. And then for this car, I went with Cusco, just I really wanted to stick with like Japanese stuff. So I stuck with the Cusco rear sway. I'm going to end up doing the front as well, Cusco. But either way, I mean, there's a bunch of good companies out there, just White Line, Cusco, Perrin, any of those guys I'm sure are going to do well. Those are just ones that I've used, and they made a huge difference for body roll for the Subarus, and also does help kind of biting into the turn and some less understeer as well. So it's all good. It's definitely something I would recommend doing. Number 2. So number 3, we're actually going to be going inside of the car, and if it's unlocked, let's go ahead and unlock that. Hold on. Thank you. So we're going to be going inside of the car, and I don't really see too many people recommending this. Kind of has the top 5 things to do first, and I absolutely love this. I'm about to do it to the wagon, and that is going to be a short shift and shift knob combination. If you're driving a manual, you're touching it every day, something that will make a huge difference in the way that your car feels when you're driving it. And I'll just kind of show you in comparison. I really wish I had the wagon here right now to show you like the throw difference. I'm running a cardboard short shift in this car right now, but I'm going to be switching over to the Cobb, the adjustable one. But either way, any sort of short shift, it's going to make a difference. And you can see how much shorter the throws are, and just the way it feels is unbelievable. If you could do the shifter bushings as well, this is more so obviously towards people that are buying like a used WRX, like an older one. It's really important, and it makes a huge difference to switch out and change out all the bushings, because obviously they are going to get worn out. You're using this every single day, shifting through gears. So that's a huge thing to do. It's going to make a huge difference, just trust me, and the way that your car feels when you're driving it. I absolutely love my short shift. It makes it feel unreal. And obviously the STI shift knob that I have on right now, yeah, it's not an STI or a 6-speed, but this shift knob feels super, super good in the hand. And obviously it just looks cool too, so that's always a plus. So moving around the car, of course, I cannot leave this out, and that is going to be getting a catback exhaust so you can unlock the rumble for the Subarus. It has to be in the top 5. You can find them for super cheap, and obviously they keep going up in price, just like a Tome, for example. It's like $1,000, and then an NVIDIA N1 is around $550, and you can go down from there. Honestly, just unlocking the rumble in any way, shape, or form is going to be the call when you get a Subaru. That's probably why you're getting a Subaru, just to hear what it sounds like. But either way, I would say definitely getting a catback exhaust is going to be a huge plus, and it's obviously just going to make everything a lot better. And one thing that I did notice, if you're kind of learning to even drive a manual, it does help to hear the exhaust note. Is another thing that I had to do in the wagon, because it was so quiet in the wagon. I couldn't hear anything. I actually stalled a couple times because I couldn't even hear where I was at. It's probably just an excuse in my head to get an exhaust on the wagon, but I mean, either way, it does make a huge difference, obviously not only aesthetically, but performance wise as well. So it's just an overall good modification. Okay, so the boy Steven and I were trying to come up with these modifications, right? And he was trying to help me out with number 5, and we really couldn't decide on one. If we had to just, cut it off at top 5 modifications, we're having a hard time. So I'm gonna kind of leave number 5 up to you guys, but I'm gonna give you guys options as far as what I think you should do. Now, coming from me, obviously, like I love balance in everything. So I want my car to perform and look almost basically on the same level. And I do love my aesthetics. So I would say number 5, kind of like on a budget thing you could do. I would just give you a few examples. I would say a front lip does make a huge difference. Your car's already gonna be lowered with sway bars, with the exhaust, and what was the other thing? Lowered, sway bars, exhaust. Oh my God, I forgot my freaking top 5. Dude, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, the shift knob and short shift. So number 5, I would say maybe throw another aesthetic thing in there. And I would say front lip is always a good call. It makes your car look a little bit lower, more aggressive, and it is a super cheap thing to do. You can literally just find them on eBay. This one, for example, the one that freaking broke, I think it was around like 80 bucks or so. It's called the S204 style front lip. It's super simple, super clean, goes well with those side skirts as well. And that's the first thing I would recommend. Also, something that I didn't really think about that I personally really do like is my roof wrap. This was also about like 70 or 80 bucks. It is kind of difficult to do, but I really do think it makes your car just stand out a little bit more aggressive. Everyone always loves it. And I'll say maybe the number 3 thing, everyone does love this, or at least I think a lot of people do love the ducktail. This is slightly more expensive. This is the ABW ducktail, but I don't know. I mean, I do think it sets the rear end off. If you don't like the stock WRX little wing, or even if you're not a fan of the STI wing, a ducktail is always a good call. So we have a couple things to talk about and suggestions that I want to make. So number one is, if you guys have me on Instagram, you have seen my newfound obsession, which is snowboarding. So if I'm going to the snow, of course I'm thinking, how can I make some videos up there? And I said, hold on, I have 2 Subarus, so I do want to take the Subarus to the snow. I obviously want to take this one to the snow. I don't know if I like super rally it, but I might need to if you guys want me to. But the bug guy is pretty much ready. What do you want? What do you want from me?
The snow would be fucking sick.
Could you imagine? Shoot in the snow.
That's such a different scenery.
It'd be insane. Like the white on the blue. Bruh.
I'll go with you guys this weekend.
No, fuck, I need to go.
Oh, I just want
Well, because, okay, this is the thing. So, Tommy and I, we have this place where we can go in Sonora, California, where we're going to go snowboarding this weekend. And I'm not going to bring either of the cars this weekend because it's coming down. And I don't have winter tires on the bug eye, and I don't want it to get blown out. So, we're going to go again for sure. No questions asked. I just picked up a new snowboard, boots, bindings, everything. So, we're going to keep going to the snow. And one of the weekends when it's a little bit sunnier, then I'm for sure going to take one of the Subarus. Probably next time we go, which is going to be the next couple weeks. And I want to know, do you guys want to see some content in the snow? Would that be cool? Would that just, do you guys not even want to hear about the snow whatsoever? I do want to do kind of like a rally video with the bug eye in the snow. But I don't want it to be like coming down gnarly and me like getting stuck and like all that stuff. You know what I mean? So we got to wait for the right time. And if it's, you know, like really good weather and then there's just like snow at the top of the mountain, Big Bertha right here is gonna go and we're gonna take some bangers. We'll take Steven and that'll be pretty sick, right? I feel like those photos would be like insane. Either way, so that's number one. So my number two thing, I think when I had like 5 or 10K subscribers, I forgot how many subscribers I had, but I used to make some AV merch. I made only hats and they sold out and then that was done. So my thing is, do you guys want to see that back? Do you guys want to see some sort of merchandise coming out from me? Like, be it like the blown out stickers or stickers that just say AV or like some sort of Subaru thing.
Sticker of the car, whatever happened to that?
Sticker of the car, you know what I mean? Like, do you guys want something like that? Because I'm about to hit probably 25K. I would say next month I'm probably gonna hit 25K. So when I do that, I want to drop something. So I want to start getting it in the works pretty soon, because at 25K I want to drop something for you guys, some sort of merchandise, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you guys want to see like jet tags, stickers, shirts, hoodies, sweaters, hats, whatever? I have access to be making all that stuff because I've done it once before. So I kind of want to get your guys' input on that. Comment down below what you guys want to see, and then of course I'm gonna make it happen. I know that was a lot of information being spit out at you guys about the snow and about the merchandise and about all this sort of stuff, but I really wanted to start expanding the YouTube network and really start going in. I'm really finally starting to see some results on YouTube, which I'm super stoked on, and I can't wait to keep just going up, and actually like one day obviously get my own shop, start doing crazy builds, start doing videos that I really want to do, which is obviously going to be like some super high horsepower cars, and use like my engine building knowledge to just start going in on some engines, which I'm super stoked on. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys are excited for the future of this channel and for me and everything to do with it. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.